The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and Facet. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2, Hoppe. Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe and Allessia.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Allessia, pick up that microphone over there. This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. How's it going, Allessia?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yes.
How are you, Ryan?
I'm doing splendid, and the episode is recording, which is good. Last week was the weirdest week ever.
It was.
My mom had to go to the hospital. She's completely fine, but we're about 25-30 minutes into the show, and then get a call from her friend, and it's a whole thing, but like her friend never calls me. So when her friend called me, I was like, okay, everything worked out. Everything was dandy. So we did a 30-minute show last week, and then it got cut off because of what happened. And then it was just a bunch of madness. That was the same week I forgot my H&R appointment. I went to the wrong location. So today feels much clearer, Allessia. Today feels more even-keeled. And is that because we're at my apartment?
Yeah, it feels better, right? It feels better. Last week just was not in the cards for us. It just wasn't happening. And here we are. Here we are. It's meant to happen.
So we had a talk off air about how we're going to leave some topics in our personal life off air and leave some on air because we're going to be personable. And that was a debate I had. First of all, this is Radio 101. I'm so well prepared. Are your headphones working?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. You've never sounded better. I had this epiphany that I need to bring more content to the show, but not be negative, but also talk about my life. So about 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't have talked about this, but now I'm not, when I'm in a relationship, I'm private as hell, but when I'm single, I'm private. But if it's a once in a lifetime awful first date, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna express it on Hoppe Hour.
Oh my God! What did something happen? I cannot wait to hear this.
So I go to Dignitary Cafe every day. Ian Beckles is in charge of that place. One of my closest friends, and I was on Hinge. I was talking to this girl. She's pretty.
Yeah.
She has a good job. She's cute. A few years younger. I mean, it just hits it's perfect.
Yeah.
She's blonde. It's all of that. Well, we'll get to that in a second.
You can't win them all. Okay. And then what happened?
So we're talking. She's a little tipsy on Hinge. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good first date. Not to get laid, but I'm thinking a tipsy girl on Hinge at 2 p.m. is going to be a good time.
Oh, geez.
So we meet at Applebee's in Pinellas Park.
Classy.
She said she wanted to keep it casual.
Who invited who suggested Applebee's?
I did because she wanted to keep it casual.
Geez. Okay. Alrighty.
So we go, and first of all, I'm driving home to switch out of my sweaty shirt that I've been outside all day and at a Dignitary, Allessia, because I'm a classy guy. I'm not just going to go to Applebee's on a casual first date. I'm not just going to go in a sweaty shirt. I'm going to go home and switch out and put on some Under Armour. You know what I'm saying?
Well, good for you.
I'm a classy gentleman, Allessia.
Right.
So I put on a better shirt, and she's like, you have time. I need to wait for my Uber or whatever. Well, as I'm heading home, she's like, oh, just kidding. My Uber just arrived. So I'm already in my house putting on the shirt. So I show up to the Applebee's date, quote unquote 5 minutes late, even though she told me, blah, 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 my Uber is going to have me get there in 20 minutes. She must have just got a new Uber that was closer. So I walk in, she's like, hi, and we're talking for a second. And then the waitress comes by and goes, oh, I already got her drink because her date was late.
Okay. So she's drinking and she mentioned, yeah, I have a date. So she's talking about you before you arrive 5 minutes late.
So then I go, yeah, that's me. She goes, what will you have to drink? And I immediately wanted to leave. I was like, ugh. And I said, what's funny is I don't even know the flavor of it. I order this drink when I go to Taco Bell, and I order this drink in my head when I go to Wawa, and I go, what do I feel like buying today? Whatever the name of the blue Mountain Dew is.
I literally knew this had blue coloring in it. I'm like, blue number 1? What? Okay.
I go, yeah, I'll take 1 blue Mountain Dew because I quit drinking. Like
anything that dyes my teeth blue
listen.
And my tongue gets blue, and then you're sitting there at Applebee's on your classy date with just tinted blue teeth and a Hinge date across from you that's too deep already.
She was deep in it, but she was like coming out of it, I think, throughout the date.
Okay, like explain this to me.
This was at like 5:30 in the afternoon. So I think she'd been day drinking, and then all of a sudden she was starting to sober up at Applebee's, having the...
Was there water on the table too?
Yeah.
Was she drinking it?
I don't remember because I just immediately went, this girl's not into me at all.
What did you guys talk about? Give me like some...
Well, here's the best part. Here was the most amazing part of the date. And this doesn't bother me at all, okay?
Yeah.
I think she hooked up with one of my coworkers.
Okay. Was it Aaron, my future husband?
No, it was not Aaron.
Okay, as long as it's not him.
She was talking about like, I see you work at this company. I know this person that works over here. Or she didn't say the person, but she said where the person would be at and what part of the building. And just to be funny, I'm like, was it this person? I said it, and she's like, yeah, that was him. He's so funny. I'm like,
oh, geez. She's trying to relate, but then it happened to be like a past hookup. So that's how that went.
And then seeing the guy, he's got major BDE. Like, he's in his 20s, and he's like a cool dude. Like, he's the type of guy that could go into any bar. He's got Pete Davidson vibes, and I went, good for you. Good for you, bro. But then she kept talking about him. And listen,
what else do you ask a woman on a date?
We all have a sexual past. But like when you think about like your buddy just having sex with her and then she keeps talking about him, you're like, I want to go back to dignitary.
Okay, wait. So you're on this date. I have so many questions.
What's going on?
First of all,
what's up?
Oh my gosh, where do I start? What other things are you? What are you the kind of guy that's like, when's your birthday and what's your favorite color and what's your favorite food? Like you just
take something from the bio and you learn about it. So she's really into like Oklahoma basketball. So I saw that the rival was Trae Young. I googled it before because I wanted to make sure I said it right. And she was like, oh yeah, I saw him play a few times in college. Wow,
you did your research. I like that.
Because I've seen the chat box on Tinder and Bumble on dates. Girls recently have shown me some of the conversations with other dudes on some of the dates I've been on. And guys, and I don't swear, but if this was on the radio, I wouldn't swear. Guys are the fucking worst. Dudes will just send their dick for no reason.
Oh my gosh. Well,
No. Not even hey. They'll just send their dick or they begin by saying, hey, what's up? How are you? And there's 7 messages in a row of, hey, what's up? How are you? So when you put in a little bit of effort, you're going to get a little bit of an effort back. Even if it's a failed first date, that effort gets you farther than, hey, what are you?
Oh my gosh. So, okay, you're at Applebee's. I'm still trying to visualize this. Drinking your blue drink.
I look handsome as hell. She looks raggedy as hell. When she's saying that it was casual, I should have just worn that smelly shirt from being outside all day at Dignitary.
Oh my God. If a guy was like, hey, want to go to Applebee's?
Allessia, let me defend.
It would be an immediate no.
Allessia. This girl, when she was drinking.
Okay, so you chose the date based on the girl.
I would never go to... Okay.
So if you were asking me on a date, where would you invite me?
Carrabba's.
Oh, jeez. I like Carrabba's.
I would probably take you out to like an outdoor bar that's got like music, like No Vacancy in St. Pete.
That's a good vibe.
Get some hors d'oeuvres, get some drinks.
There you go, Ryan. Yes,
that's my go-to. That or Jimmy B's Beach Bar.
How did you land on Applebee's?
Here's why. Let me explain.
I have one Applebee's story, and that's
all right. Well, you're just projecting because of your Applebee's.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I don't even know if I have a defense.
How did it end?
Oh, this was great.
Okay. Did you order more than one drink?
Okay, now I'm remembering because I've been up since 4. Here's why I chose Applebee's. Was she wanted to keep it casual, and she's like, I am not dressed up at all. She's like, I am in a hoodie, and I think that's I think that's when girls look the sexiest is when they're natural. You
just said she looked ragged.
She did. She didn't look the greatest, but it's sexy. I love that. No makeup, messy hair. That is the sexiest look on a female. A female at 8 in the morning at Publix with her hair in a bun looking like she hates her life. Oh my God, what is your number and how can I improve your life? I love that look. You think I'm kidding? Because when you're all dolled up, you're hiding your insecurities and your daddy issues. But when you're in public and you're willing to look that average, so awful, then you are very sexy and confident. And I'm not just kidding.
Are you confident, or you just don't take time to put yourself together?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I'm for natural for sure, but I also think sometimes we gotta.
So the date began by her talking about breakups all of a sudden.
Oh, geez.
As if she was breaking up with me. Because she goes, at the end, she said something like, what if something happened and then we broke up? And I was like, I don't know. I don't put that energy out there.
Wow, let's start our relationship with this conversation.
And then, this was after the date. I'm waiting for her Uber. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's my car over there. And she's like, well, why didn't you tell me that? I would have had you drive me home.
Does she not have a car?
I don't know. That was kind of weird. And then the drinking all day. Maybe she got DUI.
Maybe she was being smart. So she's responsible. That's a plus. 1 point. For being responsible.
But then, like, I am being a gentleman by not inviting girls.
Did you pay for the Applebee's?
I went to pay for it, and she goes, "I'm a boss."
Oh my God, Ryan! Are you kidding?
Can you hear me out?
Okay.
She goes, "I'm a boss ass bitch. I'll do what I want."
She said that.
End quote. And I go, "Okay, all right."
She paid
for half. She wants.
Oh my God, Ryan!
What?
Oh my God!
At some point, you can't beg the person forever. I will pay.
Mistake number 1, Applebee's. Mistake number 2, sitting there across from her.
Number 3, we just learned you're high maintenance as hell.
No, Ryan, it's not high maintenance. It's called standards. Wow. Okay.
I went to grab to pay it. She goes, no, I'll pay for my half.
And that's when you insist and you say, no, I got it.
And then she went, no. She was pure feminist to the feminist.
Okay.
For example,
we'll let that go then. I'll accept half of this story. Next time you're planning a date, can you talk to me first?
No, because you don't respond to my messages for 4 days.
Stop. Last week we just said was crazy for all of us. I know, but
I'm not going to text you 4 more times after there's 7 blue messages in a row.
I actually didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to not respond to you. That's sorry.
Like, I went on a date in the beginning of the month with a girl I was friends with for a minute, and I paid for her drinks. I usually pay, but when you're that much of, I'm going to pay, okay, and I'm never going to see you again, so I just saved $25. There you go.
Well,
get it? Got it good.
That makes sense. Okay.
I'm a boss-ass bitch. I'm going to pay for it. Can you imagine that tone being projected at you at an already weird date?
Right.
You're just like, fine, I'll never see you again.
Was there any golden nuggets in the conversation you had with her? Was there any takeaways that you're like, we agree on that, or I connect with you on this, or I like that about you?
Not at all. And if anything, everything she said was like critiquing me. It was like going on a date with my mom. It was hard to explain. It was like she would joke about something, and then I thought she was being serious, and she's like, you don't get my sarcasm about all day.
I still don't hear myself for some reason.
You've never sounded better, trust me.
Okay. As long as you hear me. Wow. Okay. Applebee's. You went on a date. So is there a second date? Are we going on a second date?
She unfollowed me.
She unfollowed you?
Yeah. I was like, oh.
You followed and unfollowed? Wow.
She first followed me.
You don't want her anyways. So who cares if she
I thought it was hilarious. Thought it was funny. I thought it was good content.
It bothered you.
Didn't bother me at all. It's funny content. It's hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or did it hurt?
It didn't hurt.
It stung a little.
It didn't hurt. You're projecting that you're hurt.
No, I'm fucking doing awesome. And I dropped an F-bomb. No, I'm doing really good. Life's good. I had a date.
Oh my God.
Yeah, mine was, I think we're good for a break now.
Oh, no. And I'm going to turn down the sound effects so you can't even go to... You don't just allow me to pour out my heart and then throw passive-aggressive jabs and critique my date and critique everything. And then you go, oh, but I get to be the not closed-minded, but the person that doesn't talk about my life, the private Allessia on a podcast that's very honest. All of a sudden, I bring a new, no. What was the day like?
He was okay. He was a little different than his pictures online.
How?
I hope he doesn't listen to this.
Who cares? Mine's probably going to listen a little bit.
He was heavier than his pictures. A lot heavier.
Damn, bro. They're going to catch up on that. Embrace that you're fat.
Honestly.
Just embrace that you're fat and you, every time a tub of popcorn is put in front of you, you eat it all.
He's a former pro soccer player from Europe. And he's just he's not in shape right now.
And he's just let it go since retiring.
But I do have to say, I've gained a lot of weight. My body has fluctuated. So I'm not one to, but I'm just saying his body was fine. I'm not hating on it. It was just different. So when you expect something and then you show up and it's not that, then you're like, huh, interesting.
Is it like one of those soccer player guts? It just spills out of the shirt.
Yeah, it was bigger.
Soccer players have no muscle, so their body, they look like a piece of cheese or something. They do not look like athletes.
He was cool, and he's from Milwaukee. Oh my God, I'm calling him out right now. But he has an Irish accent because he lived over there in England and Ireland for 11 years. So I kind of was digging his accent, but it's so funny because I'm like, you're from Milwaukee. Why do you have this English blended Irish accent? But I also like it. So keep on talking. But yeah, it was fine. I don't see it going anywhere.
Keep on talking and I'll close my eyes every time we hang out.
Yeah.
Blindfold.
Blindfold. No, I think I decided again for the 100th time that I just got to keep working on me, keep being an awesome mom.
You know what I realized?
I say this every date because the dates don't work out. And then I'm like, I don't really want to date. I don't really want to waste my time. What I want to do, last thought, and then you talk, high five me.
Hell yeah, high five.
I just feel like high fiving right now. I just want to spend time with my friends. I just want to build those relationships right now. And that's what I think my focus should be on.
You know what is hilarious?
What?
This is an epiphany.
Is it an epiphany?
No, I can't even get it out.
Yeah.
What I'm about to tell you, I think explains motivational speakers and everything.
Okay.
When you're single, you obviously want to be in a relationship. Anybody truly wants to be in a relationship. So you're training yourself to believe that you want to be in a relationship. Because why is it that whenever a single person's date fails, they go, I'm just working on myself. And this is me calling every single person out. This is something I've noticed recently. Whenever there is a failed date or you don't match for a week on Tinder, and I've heard about this from multiple guys and from us talking about dating, whenever the dating pool is dry, it's, I'm just, going to work on myself and improve as a person and get better. But when you think you either found your one and only or you found something, wow, it's like I was able to manifest it. And the law of attraction.
Wow,
it's weird to think about. When everything's good and you got a girlfriend or you're in a relationship, I was able to manifest this. But then nobody ever talks about when you manifest a relationship that didn't work. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, now that I'm recently single, when I listened to The Secret, it's hard to explain. I was like, not that the law of attraction's BS.
You know what I think it's teaching you, though?
There needs to be like an average law of attraction where
100%.
it's like, you need to work on being better as a listener, better as a coworker, and better as a lover and as a mother and as everything. You did pretty good and you are alive, so that is a plus. Because when you have the positive vibes of Ryan,
I am so
I told you it was an epiphany. It was something I just thought about.
Holy shit.
Because it's a trend we're going on. You're talking to one guy, I think I found it. And then all of a sudden the next week you're like, oh, I'm just going to work on myself.
Yeah. You make a great point. Here's what I'll add to what you said.
What?
Is like, if they aren't the date, at least you're gaining knowledge for like what you did or didn't like so that you can continue moving forward. So it's not all lost, right? You're learning something from the experience. So like maybe you needed to manifest that to like have a click in your brain of like, oh wait, I don't like this.
I had dinner. It was good.
Oh my gosh, Ryan. Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt with this guy I hung out with. Like,
isn't it the best though when you have like a dinner date? Because then that part of the day's done. You can go home and cry.
Go home and cry. I have been really good. My kids have been sick for like 2 weeks. Almost like it's been one thing.
Dude, everybody's kid has been sick recently. It's like the trend of the universe.
It hasn't gone away. And so it's been a lot. But things have been so good as far as just like focusing on them. We went to
Mons Venus?
We went to Monster Jam. No, we did not go to Mons Venus. We went to Monster Jam, and it was okay.
How awesome is it?
Can I?
It's a 10 out of 10. I love it.
Can I please just tell you how amazing it was? Okay, first of all, here's my view on what I thought since I was a child, what Monster Jam was. I thought Monster Jam was a bunch of rednecks that were like wasted, like women, bellies hanging out, boobs, like short shorts, and like these hillbillies like riding trucks around and smashing into things. Okay, that's what I thought when I was a kid. So I didn't want to go. So then I'm like, wait, I kind of want to go because my son's obsessed with trucks. So I got us tickets. I got really great seats. And then I go and I am mind blown like this. Because first of all, it is like these people are athletes. Like legitimate like athletes. They are professional stunt drivers. I didn't realize there were like teams and cars and crews, and they have the whole outfit on, like the sport racing outfit, and they're announcing the different drivers and the cars.
Yeah.
And then we had such great seats, and oh my God, cars were flipping and catching on fire in front of us. It was awesome. I have been telling everyone, I'm like, oh my God, I had so much fun. Like, I'm literally going to go every year. My son loved it. My daughter loved it. We went with our friends. They loved it. We saw so many people there. You know, it was more like families with their kids that just like were enjoying it. And I was like, this is awesome. And it was really badass. I fucking loved it.
I got to go out drinking and I got really drunk with a truck driver like 7-8 years ago.
Okay.
With I don't want to say
a monster truck driver.
Yeah. Oh. I don't want to say which one because it's one of the prominent ones.
Was it Grave Digger?
No, it totally couldn't be them. And they bought, not them. It wasn't Grave Digger. They bought shot after shot after I was hungover for 2 days. They are party animals because they're low-key millionaires, but they're not like famous where they're getting surrounded at the club. So they're like, bottles on us or whatever. And then the funny part is the like waitresses didn't know who they were. So they're thinking they're just white trash dudes that aren't going to be able to afford it. And then when I saw them like show some money, the bottle girls were like, oh,
Oh.
They are important and can tip well.
That's like my friend Shay. She's a famous Indy car racer, and she comes and she has like a whole team and pit crew. I was her flag girl a few years ago. I should ask her if I can do that again. That was really fun.
Was that like radio promotions money? Like, here's $12 on a paycheck.
I don't know if she paid me, but she didn't.
You worked for free? I thought you were so independent.
I always work for her. I help my friend. She's my friend. I'm not going to charge her. I was proud to like go do that for her. It was really fun.
Where'd you do it? Daytona?
No, it was at our St. Pete Grand Prix one year. But she travels like all over the world, doing IndyCar races. She has a team. She's badass. And before this, we went to UCF together, and that's where we met, like in our major. But before this, she was a professional water skier.
Wow.
So she's done like 2 professional sports. She's awesome. Anyways, we did go out after a few times that she was in town, and we had a really good time, and they do have a hefty budget. Thank you, Shay Racing. Anywho,
Hell yeah, Shay.
Grand Prix is coming up in March. They're already setting that up, and then a few other things have happened in life. So Tom Brady retired, I think. And
Tom Brady retired like the next day after we did our show.
Kind of had a feeling that was going to happen, but let's not spend any more time on that than necessary.
Why? What's wrong with Tom? Oh, I wanted to ask you. I was thinking about it driving home. Oh, here's we're doing that thing where we need to work on if we want to get on the radio. Allessia.
Oh shit!
Talking over each other. So I was thinking about it.
I got spit on me.
Tom Brady, recently single, 2 kids. Allessia, recently single, 2 kids.
Yeah, you think?
Would you date him?
Would I date Tom Brady? Yeah, probably. I probably would, but I really like Giselle, and I think he fucked up, and I don't know.
Giselle seems kind of high maintenance, kind of like she wouldn't be fun to be around.
No, she's
like
not
I feel
high
like
maintenance at all.
I feel like when you're at a party and Giselle walks in, you're like,
no, Giselle's not high. She is so down to earth. She's barefoot half the time. She loves connecting with the earth. I read her book.
Oh, it's so cool.
She is.
I hate when
She's
people
very
do that.
holistic.
There's a radio CEO that does that, or like a podcast CEO.
No, it's important.
Connecting to the earth.
You need to. It's important.
No, thank you.
Well, I appreciate that she does that, and she's so like grounded and down to earth. At least she, tries to live her lifestyle that way. With Tom Brady, the first thing that came to my head when you're like, would you want to date him, was, he could probably train me to help me get in shape. So that was my motive for saying yes to Tom Brady, is that he probably has some really good drills. That came across.
He never cheats either.
Yeah, I don't think that would work. And he dates supermodels, so I'm too good for him, obviously.
Tired of this.
Yeah.
So tired of this. Tired of this.
Oh my god.
Allessia is saying she's not as hot as a supermodel.
Oh, am I? I'm just like a foot shorter, but
Dude, I have every listener wanting to have sex with you, okay?
stop it. That's not true.
It's not. But I've had a few ask me. I've had a few.
Had you? Girls
Yeah.
and guys, or
Just guys.
Just guys.
You give off very hetero.
hetero?
I'm not like, you're like a mother of 2, so I don't really sexualize you on here because I don't believe in demeaning women just because they're hot. But you're not like really outspoken about it. So I feel like any woman that's bisexual you have a hetero voice.
No, I'm not.
A bisexual girl talks like very flirty. Like they're just a little different. They're a little more gay. You're very hetero and very, I am Allessia Calandra. I only like penis and being in real relationships.
You're so funny.
No,
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
No, I was just curious if any girls were into me, but I'm not.
They would not be.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. So
You gonna hit up the soccer player again? Hang out with him?
nope. I told him, I was like, I don't think. I think I want to focus on myself, and he kind of got upset. But that's okay.
Just ghost on guys. You don't have to be real.
We'll
pick up the idea when you post 7 things and don't message us for 2 days. Then we kind of know
like
you're not. But
I would rather someone be honest. I had this one guy from like.
you're not everybody, because you saw the guy was hurt. The guy could have gone home, could have hung out in his room and thought about how the day went so well in his mind.
That's hilarious.
It's a thing, man. I'm being real.
Yeah, no, it got a little spicy between us. I'm kidding. Look at your face.
Spicy between you and the Irish guy?
The Milwaukee guy with the Irish accent.
You should have just given him the Irish goodbye and just been like, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick and never come back.
Yeah.
You should do that sometime.
I actually want, like, the one that was saying he doesn't believe women are equal to men, like, a few weeks ago. Like, I was like, all right, see you. And, like, bye. And then that happened. But again, I know you made a really great point with your epiphany.
Manifest breakups.
Yeah, you made a really good point. But for real, I have been spending more time with friends. And I love that. And like, it's true. Like, what's wrong with being alone? Like, why can't we get comfortable with being alone? Like, why are we always searching and trying to fill the void? Like so for me, I fill the void by like calling friends and like getting on the phone and like texting and like doing stupid things that are not like pushing me forward.
I love the void. The void's my new favorite thing.
Yeah,
like,
but
during the whole time I was on vapid dates, it was never my fault. I don't know what's going on. Here's what I'm saying. The whole time I missed the void. But then when you're in the void, you're like, I want a girlfriend. It's a weird mix.
No, but I think it's okay. The thing is, my friend said it really well yesterday.
Tell me.
You can't just be in relationship, and everything's good all the time. Like, this is life, and things are going to be different, and there's different stages, and we're going to be alone sometimes, and we're going to be lonely. We're going to have to grow. We're going to have to work on ourselves. We're going to have to work on fostering friendships. And that's where I'm at. I love spending time with my girlfriends now. Like, I love hanging out with my friends. I love being a mommy, a solo mommy, kicking ass, being the best I can for my babies. And I love that. And now I'm growing my business, doing more marketing. I don't know. Things are going good. And it's not always, I think this season, honestly, in my life, I'm getting like super deep and wordy. I'm sorry.
You're fine. That's called doing a podcast. Using words? Yeah. No! Get out of here.
I was going to say I'm a wordsmith. I like that. I think I'm going to. Anyways, this season of my life, I for sure have to be like this. Like, I just have to. Like, it's good for me. I'm so fortunate that my last relationship ended. Like, even if I was resistant, like, now I'm like, damn, I'm so fucking glad. That end. I do. Ryan, this is huge for me. This is huge for me. And you're like, I'm
proud of you. You finally got over your ex. Finally. It took you forever. Wow. Welcome to the party. You're about 4 months late.
Oh my God, he's giving me shit right now. He should be like, clapping.
You should have been over it the first second. I've said enough. I've said enough.
Next. Thank you. Next. Okay, bye. All right.
Speaking of someone that's going to break up soon.
Yep. Wait, what do we got?
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Album of the year. It wasn't the actual devil. No, they were just dressed as the devil, Mom.
Ben Affleck goes viral for looking super serious at the 2023 Grammys.
I fucked up. No. So we're playing this clip, and I posted a picture, and Allessia doesn't like how pretty she looks.
No, I don't like the photo.
I'll delete it.
What? Well, who are we talking about?
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were not getting along.
The thing is this, like, it was so funny that Ben even had to respond to this. He's like, I've been working a lot and I'm tired. And it's like, dude, you should see my face. Like, if the paparazzi followed me around because I was famous, they would see me probably yelling at my children, you know, like getting them in and out of the car, or making a face in traffic and like yelling at the person in front of me, or like, I don't know, like, can someone not just be tired? Why does their PR team always have to respond for, like, I get they're in the limelight and they always have to be on, but we are human. Have we not realized we're not always on?
No, Allessia, it wasn't even that.
No, he was tired. He was tired.
Allessia, it wasn't.
Were
even
they fighting?
That. They were maybe fighting.
Nah,
but
no one knows.
But also, no. I know what it was.
What? Let me see. What do we got?
It's not their marriage. It's not anything.
Yeah.
They're right next to Trevor Noah. And Trevor Noah is such a see you next Tuesday and such a hack that I would be that grumpy if I had to be around that hack.
Let's see.
Album of the year. It wasn't the actual devil.
The guy that failed replacing the Daily Show's doing the Grammys. Let's all be in a good mood while he gets woke. There's nobody.
Yeah. J-Lo looks off. Normally J-Lo is like more smiley. Something must have rubbed her the wrong way for sure. But
that you have a foreigner that's not Ricky Gervais doing an award show. Do you know about Trevor Noah?
Can we play this? I want to see more.
Do you know about Trevor Noah?
Yeah.
He's terrible. That's all it was. It wasn't the relationships in trouble. Can you imagine being at a
Really? They didn't like him?
I don't like him, and a lot of people didn't like him. That's why his ratings were low.
Why don't you like him? Because
he's not funny. He's just I'm gonna make fun of. All his Trump jokes are just like a softball home run. It's like wow, like cool. Like it's easy content. Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being at a 4-hour event and you have to hang out with Trevor Noah? I can't imagine watching his promos when watching a South Park repeat when that show was on and watching coming up on the Daily Show. I couldn't grab the mute button quicker because I thought he was insufferable. Can you imagine being at a 4-hour gala where everything is Trevor Noah being funny because he's so woke and smart and he's better than you? You know why he's better than you? Because he was picked as a host of a TV show. So he's got this elitist attitude. He's the worst.
Really?
I despise him. Secondly, to Alec Baldwin. That's how much I hate him.
Oh my gosh.
Go on.
Wait, I want to see more of this, but before you do anything, I was following The Daily Show on Instagram, and there were moments where I'm like, okay, this is like tired jokes. But then other parts I was like, oh wow, he makes great sense. Like he is so worldly. And
all right, write some inspirational books then, Trevor Noah. Do a talk show on Sirius Radio or something. Comedy, that's the thing. He's good at spoken word or whatever he's saying. It's all left-wing nut job media. I mean, I don't lean on either side. I don't care. I don't vote. I think all politicians suck. But he's just a liberal Fox News, completely one-sided. Because all the liberals go to The Daily Show for the news.
Maybe that's why I follow him.
That is why they're so comical. Get it?
Okay, let me see.
No, they were just dressed as the devil, Mom.
Ben Affleck goes viral for looking super serious at the 2023
J-Lo
Grammys.
too, though.
It couldn't be that bad.
Ben accompanied his wife, Jennifer Lopez, to the award show Sunday night, where they were seated front row center. Now, we all know what happens when you're sitting in the front row. You end up on camera. A lot. And that's just what happened to Ben and Jen.
What if they had 2 points? I bet they had an argument beforehand. Like a real bad, like, God, I'm sick of you. God, I'm going to see you next. And then they have to go, hi, welcome to the Grammys. How are you? Or I saw this on Facebook, and it was the first top comment on Facebook that I've ever looked at on a news site. And I went, wow, that's a really good comment. Because usually if it's something about Brady, you'd be like, Brady sucks, and it has 10,000 likes. I saw a post on Facebook with 5,000 likes, and it said, he is a recovering alcoholic amongst a bunch of alcohol. He's just coming off the wagon, and he's recently sober. So all the booze in the room and all the drunk people and people that are high doing Quaaludes, if you look at it, he looks like he's not having fun because he's sober. Look at those eyes. You can tell it's killing him. Seeing everybody drinking champagne and Patron and all the beer and smelling it.
Maybe he is on something, and that's what they fought about before the show. Like maybe something happened and J-Lo's like, dude, you're not supposed to be doing this anymore. I thought we were.
I think it's sober. I think he's so sober. Because it's
crippling, and he probably drinks because of social anxiety, and now he's not drinking, and he has so much social anxiety.
And then he's live on TV.
He looks like he's suffering right now internally, and
then he's right next to Trevor Noah, I feel like Trevor Noah doesn't read the room at all. Maybe that's why he failed in America, but they keep forcing him down our throat. Here's what I'm saying. I feel like Trevor Noah, if he was a good host, would go to an actual couple that looks like they want to be there for better content, but Trevor Noah, being the douchebag that he is, just was like, oh, it's Bennifer.
Why do you think J-Lo looks like that, though? Because
She always looks like that. When does she ever look like a nice person?
Smiley. She's always smiley.
They probably had an argument.
No.
Oh, there's this crazy thing that people seem to forget about. What if someone in their
family died and then they had to show up here? Like, so many things could have happened.
Here's the other thing that people seem to completely forget about when it comes to Bennifer. I still want to
watch more of this.
And we will. Well, Allessia, my favorite part is that we forget that they were together 20 years ago and they didn't work out the first time. So we're wondering why it's going to work the second time. Going back to your ex. Because that always seems to work for anybody. Rich, famous, poor, elite, not elite. Going back to your ex, that's just a way to succeed in life.
Let's do an over-under.
Welcome back to.
If you think they're going to work or not. What's the.
No, they'll be done by Christmas.
You think Christmas? I'm feeling like 6 years.
Oh, man.
You think?
The hopeful Allessia.
6 years. That's a long time in celeb relationships. Okay, go forward.
That's like 40 years in dog years.
Yeah, that's like 40 years in celeb marriage.
While Jen appeared to be having a blast, the actor started trending on Twitter with fans claiming he looked majorly bored during music's biggest night.
He doesn't look bored.
One person writing, "However bad of a day you're having, I promise you're not as miserable as Ben Affleck at the Grammys right now." Another tweeting, "Ben Affleck is every husband dragged to a work thing by his wife."
Aww.
Or an amusement park.
Do you think he was sick? He looks a little flush in the face.
He's just sober, bro. Oh, man, they look awful there. This is translating the gray radio pictures that you can't see.
All right, here we go. Did you delete that picture of
49 me? Hoppy. Yeah. Oh, God. What's wrong, girl? Why do women all...
Yeah, we need another picture. I'm going to take one right now. Ready? Everybody say cheese.
Turn it more here so you see more of the wall.
Here? This way?
Yeah.
My arms are so short. Hold on.
856-49 Hoppy. That's 856-494.
This is not Ryan. Your arms are longer than mine.
You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio, and you can always email me, Ryan Hoppy Radio. Perfect. At gmail.com. Why is Ben Affleck the father?
Oh, geez.
He's probably so awful.
I don't want to talk about fathers. Next subject. What are we doing?
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Do we have the approval on a picture, Allessia?
I think we got one.
Happy Hour will be right back.
All right, I'm going to do a few live reads, catch up, and then text me the photo by the end of the live read. So then when you talk, I'll just post.
Okay.
Because I love listening to everything Allessia says. I'm kidding.
Thoughts?
This following segment's been brought to you by Rich Keeley, the best barber in all the Bay Area. I'm wearing a hat right now, but do you like my hair? You like it?
Oh, I love it. I saw your picture. It looked great.
Yeah, I like wearing my hat too. Warriors. So here's the thing. Go to richkbarber.com, and when you sign up for an appointment, tell him I sent you and he'll hook you up. But you got to sign up ahead of time. You can't just show up and be like, "Hey, Rich, can I get a haircut?" No, you got to sign up at richkbarber.com. This is also being brought to you by westchaseprinting.com, the best printing company in all the Bay Area. FitSageFitness.net, the best workout trainer in Sage, and Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. If you want to sponsor Happy Hour, Ryan Hoppy Radio at gmail.com. And when I say sponsor, no, I don't have a drinking problem. I'm looking to promote your business and my podcast at the same time.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Whoa, hey. Oh, hey. It's like a koala bear crapped a rainbow in my brain.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Call Hoppy now. 856-49-HOPPY. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppy Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppy Radio app.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Here's the deal. If you have music that has not been copywritten yet, or music beds, let us know. RyanHoppyRadio@gmail.com. Because I only currently have 2 rejoiners. It's this. It's that one, and then it's this exciting one. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, boys and girls. I need more music beds, but I can't play any music on here because of copyright, you know? They're just not fun like that. Heaven forbid artists want to make the little money they already make off of music by a podcast playing the music. I can't believe it that they would want the 25 cents, Jibs, if we were to play Chang Hang Low or some old song on this podcast. Because that's the ultimate dream, Allessia, is somewhere to have a platform where you play throwback hits and you do this show. That's what I'm gunning for, but I'm going for anything. Hi. What do you got in the news?
Okay. I'm curious your thoughts on all this new AI technology that's coming out.
Do you know much about it? Do you know anything about it?
Well, I know that artificial intelligence has come a long way. It's progressively changing by the day.
Oh, wow.
So now they are using images that are so alike, and video images, that doesn't make sense. Videos that are so much like the person you really can't tell the difference, which is kind of dangerous and can be used in a lot of bad ways. So what's happening is these female Twitch stars, by the way, what is Twitch?
Twitch is like...
Is it like OnlyFans?
No, Twitch is like... They're like video game nerds.
Oh.
Either canceled radio shows will go on there and talk to like 8,000 people a morning. Brother! Or other like podcasts will go on there, or other video gamers will play a game and do commentary. Like there's a guy named Ninja with 1 million followers. It's like TikTok, but for nerds.
So multiple young female Twitch influencers found they were on the Deep Fake site. It's a porn website. QT Cinderella, one of the Twitch users, is 28 years old and found that her image was created into an AI and basically turned into a porn. Her and several others discovered their images online and were urging followers not to share them and spread them. They were devastated, crying and explaining that they did not approve having these images created. They are now thinking about suing the person who created this and put them on this deep fake website. So how would you feel if your image was stolen and turned into a video of you doing porn?
I wouldn't be the happiest, but also if the video looks, I'm not excusing it.
What if it was like you and it was like they made Ryan Hoppy like make a video of him doing like a death threat that like wasn't, that could really damage your reputation.
I have a concept. You have a young 21 aspiring radio host, move to Cleveland. That's all I'm going to say.
I would be mortified. Like, I don't know. Like,
do you get what I did there?
Yeah, I know what happened. Right?
I'm hot. I'm handsome. Go on.
Well, I just would be mortified if they used AI technology and like they could twist anything somebody says. They could get somebody in a lot of trouble. They could ruin somebody's reputation. And they have, like, these women, their images were taken and turned into porn. I mean, without their approval. That's kind of, I mean, that's damaging. That's scary. It's circulating. There needs to be some boundaries and laws in place when it comes to AI and how it's going to progress. I mean, I saw one, I think it was Morgan Freeman. They created like an AI of him talking, doing a video, like, and it wasn't even him. It wasn't even him, looked exactly like him. It's scary. Like, think about it.
I don't fall for it. I've seen a few of them. There was one of Drake on the Howard Stern show, and they just took something that Howard asked John Cusack, and they used it on Drake, and then Drake had an answer, and people were sharing it on the news as if it was real, and I saw it, and...
You could tell?
It's just, like, not all there. I think it's from years of watching porn and seeing like deep fake ads back in the day, like watch Lois Griffin bang Peter Griffin. There's a certain movement that's not quite human.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, I'm sure they'll lock that down soon, and they're figuring out those bugs to make it more seamless.
I'm so proud of this one-liner. Can we do a deep fake of an actual president?
Oh my gosh.
He's speaking tonight. That's going to be great. I hate you all. The U.S. Surgeon General says that 13 is too young to use social media.
I agree.
The U.S. Surgeon General is warning that 13 is too young for children to become regulars on social media. Although major platforms do allow 13-year-olds, Surgeon General Vivek Murthy says kids' brains and personalities are not developed enough at that age.
Personally, based on the data,
I've noticed that recently on TikTok. There's all these like 20-year-olds that come off so wise, and I'm not saying they're not wise, but there's never been a wise 20-year-old. And there's this one like black dude who looks like he's 35, and everyone just found out that he was 5 years old in like 2008. He did a video where he talked about it. Everyone's like, wait, you're not 35? And I feel like teenagers are being trained. This is not a conspiracy, Alex Jones route, but more psychological. I feel like they're being trained to be human sooner because the social cues of the previous millennials, a lot of the hot chicks and a lot of the guys with muscles were nerdy teenagers because it took them a second to blossom. But now it seems like there's no nerdy teenagers. Everyone just goes, like they're seeing TikTok and they're seeing motivational speakers. They're seeing concepts that I didn't see until I was in my late teens.
Yeah, 100%. That makes sense. And then also, if from a scientific standpoint, boys and girls are actually physically progressing sooner in the United States. They are developing more quickly than we did, even as teenagers, because of the hormones in our food. So, sorry to get a little graphic, but girls are experiencing their periods earlier and earlier because of hormones in our food. So it's not just that they're...
That's the best time of the month for a dude, though. When you think it may be coming late, and she goes... It came. You're like, hell yeah, I can have lunch now.
Oh my gosh.
It's true.
I can have lunch now. But yeah, I mean, my daughter always asks, she's 8, she's going to be 9 in April. And
you're going to have fun with that.
She's like, can I be on social media or can I look at TikTok? And I'm like, absolutely not. And also just like with what what's appropriate or what's on the kids shows on Netflix or this or that. Like there's a lot that I still would not want her watching. And then she goes to school and then like other kids have seen certain shows or have phones or talk about certain things.
Hey, your mom doesn't let you watch The Last of Us TV MA show on HBO Max and we're making you feel bad because you actually have a good mom that's not going to damage you like the kid that's making fun of you that's going to end up being a drug dealer because he has his mom being his best friend that does everything for him.
That's exactly it. Like my daughter's like, why don't you let me see this?
Because I care about you and want you to go far in a world that's already fucked.
Yeah. She's like, but everyone else is. I'm like, I don't care what everyone else is doing. We are not watching Stranger Things. You're 8 years old.
There's got to be a way that we can teach kids. If we're already teaching them to be adult by them emulating everything they see on TikTok, we got to train them to realize that the good parents are literally, you're going to have a better life. Do you want to end up in prison?
It's sad because, like you said, the other kids that are exposed to this stuff are talking about it at school.
Do you notice any kids in your daughter's class that you're like, that one's going to be trouble?
Oh, yeah. I go have lunch with her every now and then, and I volunteer at her school. And hi, Luna.
Luna came out my kid.
Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, my God. You love me? Luna? Okay. So I notice certain kids and I'm like, oh, geez. But I don't know. Again, every parent's different. But I want my baby to grow up and be 8 years old while she's 8 years old. I don't want to expose her to things too early. Yeah. And I think a lot of the things that are still considered, appropriate based on like what's allowed on the kids' channels that they're watching, I still would not deem appropriate for her. Like I think it's...
Give me an example. I'm not a parent. I had a vasectomy.
Little Mermaid, Ariel is 6. We watched it the other day. She's 16 years old in The Little Mermaid. 16 years old, and she's getting married.
I would have thought she was 42.
I just think that's young. I mean, the Disney movies have their own thing that I think is just completely terrible.
Pedophilia?
The influence. Well, first of all, body image. All the princesses are so thin. They look a certain way.
I'm so surprised. Walt Disney seems like such a good dude.
Right. And then, it's all like this drama.
And it's a cult. If you go to Disney World or Disneyland with other Disney fans, it's just sad.
Right.
You ever gone
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used to have passes.
And you go with like diehard Disney nerds that just, you see them having a crisis right in front of you. You're like, you're not.
I do think it's just like pop culture, including Disney, music, videos, everything. You know, it influences us. And I think every generation when they get older has to kind of reevaluate what they were taught growing up. Every adult generation does that, right? They reflect on like, what the hell were we taught? And like, what do we want to keep with us for the next? But anyways, I don't want to expose my daughter to too much. And it does make me sad that kids at school make fun of her if she doesn't, you know, she's not in the know about certain things. And I feel bad. Like sometimes she comes home and she's like, oh, I just really want to watch the show because everybody's talking about it. I feel left out, and I have to say no. And, you know, tough love, I guess, from my perspective.
How does she react?
She's like, please, but everyone's talking about it. And she feels sad.
God, I'd be the worst parent.
And I know she wants to be in on the conversation at school, but like, I'm not, no. And then this morning she was even saying like, there's a 5-year-old at my school with a phone. Why don't I have a phone? And like, this girl at school brings a phone in class.
Because your mom cares about you.
Like, honey, you are 8 years old. Yeah. I understand if parents like want to track their children and stuff and like have their child be accessible. But
you want to be off the grid.
Anyways, yeah, that's what's happening.
Man, that sounds like you got a fun little future ahead of you.
She's a good girl.
I'm not talking about your daughter or your son. They're delightful. I'm talking about the experience of all this media they're consuming at an age that's never consumed it in the amount of time humanity's been around. Have fun with that. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a great time. Mom, think about where we were with Netflix 8-10 years ago and where we are now. Think about in 8 to 10 years where you're going to be with your teenagers. Yeah.
That worries me. That really worries me.
Yeah. I bet we should come up with a time machine where we can just like do the show Click or the movie Click with Adam Sandler and just go through the teenage years. I feel like life would be better that way. Teenagers just ruin everything, man. They're such douchebags, and you don't realize it until you're not a teenager anymore, and you're like, that was me? Ew. That was a gross little...
Yeah. That makes me sad for kids. I mean, if they don't have the right direction, teenage years are rough, and then you want to be rebellious.
Horny as hell.
I was rebellious for sure.
Oh, I bet you were. I bet you had to be this locked in your room, and then you would break out of the window.
Did I ever sneak out? I don't
Mom, I'm going to hang out with my boyfriend, my friend.
I did have boyfriends all throughout high school.
Of course you did. You were... let me guess. Your first boyfriend was in 6th grade.
No. Maybe, yeah.
You're one of those. You were like dating early, and I'm not saying that to be. I'm just saying I got to see.
Yeah, no, I think I did have like little boyfriends, and they would bring me like Valentine's.
You were never like ugly. The people that grew and blossomed into beautiful people.
Yeah.
Never got asked out as a teenager because all the people that were beautiful since day one, like you, got asked out.
I don't
so
know.
You've always kind of been in a relationship until recently. So,
I mean, I had like braces, and I think I looked a little funny, but
oh, relax. You were probably a cute little 6th grader. I'm telling you, think about some of the good-looking people from your graduation class and how they were average at best at a school dance, and now they're a dime piece.
That's true. We have grown up, right?
You'll see it on LinkedIn. You'll be like, you go, Kelsey. You look good in that dress at that gala. You were looking like Daria in high school.
You go, Kelsey. You go, Glen Coco.
Hell yeah. How long is this, man?
What are you doing for Valentine's Day? Does it depress you walking into Publix and seeing all the Valentine things? I bought myself flowers.
No, I'm saving money. It's going to be awesome.
Touche. And I got stuff for my kids, and they're my Valentines. Ew, what the? Yeah, okay, Ryan, we get it. Okay, here we go. We're done. Alrighty.
That's my Valentine's Day.
Glad you have those plans.
It's going to be awesome.
That'll last a whole 2 minutes. What do you do for the rest of the day?
No, I'm just going to, I don't even know what to say anymore.
You should get Luna something, your cat, for Valentine's Day. Like a special treat or toy or something.
No. If you're single, you appreciate every second of being single.
I should do a Galentine's.
On Valentine's Day. Yeah, you missed the idea of a relationship. A Galentine's?
Yeah, I should do like a Galentine's Day with my friends, my girlfriends.
You do the Galentine's Day.
You do.
I'll tell myself that everything's grand and dandy. My bank account will be like, Ryan's going to have a lot of kava tonight. The money that would have been used at Eddie V for a date.
Or Applebee's. Don't kid yourself, Eddie V. Oh my gosh, you're funny. Good joke.
Why'd you have to bring up the Applebee's? She wanted to keep it casual.
So I
kept it casual.
Casual to me is like Red Mesa Cantina, not Applebee's.
In this economy?
True. Touche. I got a new car.
Red Mesa. How's the car?
It already has problems. It was a secondhand car, and it already...
Allessia buying a new car, and it already has problems.
Yeah. The minute I drove it off the lot, I was like, oh, no, it's not driving right. And so I took it in yesterday. I think I'm going to have to give it back, but it's super cute.
You getting a new car and immediately noticing problems while pulling out of the lot.
Yeah, not a good sign.
Just represents your life and mine.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And like that, he's gone.
Happy Hour is now over. Happy Hour is now over. Happy Hour is now over.